पहले तेरा से लो.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to this unique Simul that we have here with India number 2, Vidit Gujrathi. Taking on 20 of the best chess players from Persistent Group. Isn't that amazing? So, guys, first question to all of you here who are as supporters or you can say the fans, just say whether you are supporting Vidit or your colleagues in this Simul. Okay? So, your colleagues or Vidit? Oh, okay. 50-50. So, Vidit, you're going to play against 20 opponents. You have 1 hour on the clock. And you have to play 20 games while they have to play only 1 game in 1 hour. And you've seen now their level. You know, there are rated players, there are strong players, and they are the 20 best from Persistent. So what is your feeling like?
First of all, I'm excited to be in Persistence office, you know. I was just observing everything and it's so nice to be associated with such a fantastic company. And secondly, about Simul, I think it's not going to be easy because I did a Simul in Mumbai, as you know, and there were 2 of us against 20, and then at some point we were both running non-stop. So I guess I don't have my sport shoes on, but I'll try to run.
You know, I had a talk with Vidit few hours ago, and his only thought was how he can score 20 out of 20. You know, he was like, time to kam nahi padega, ye theek hona chahiye, board should be close to each other. So, you know, once the chess begins, Vidit gets into full competitive mode. And I think Vidit, what would be the score that you would like, would make you feel good at the end of the day?
As you said, I mean,
Yes?
nobody likes to lose, especially chess players. They hate to lose. So yeah, I would try to do my best. And if you would help in talking to all of them in between,
Maybe
that would
to
be
you
great.
as well. I'll just see who's doing well and try to disturb a little bit more that side. Okay, so let's have a quick introduction of everyone here, and so that Vidit gets to know you better, and also we can then begin with the games. So first one is Pratik, your rating is 1551. I think you're the strongest here.
I won't say that right now. I mean, I've been playing for a while, but I've been dormant for a while too. So, uh, but you never know, right? You know, some people who take two steps back, they can just jump up as well. So, again,
What's your aim for today?
yeah, I'll give the best fight that I can. So, I'll make sure that I don't, you know, just blunder anything. My my strategy is to keep with it thinking a lot so that he runs out of time.
Fantastic. Okay. So Pratik is 1551 rated. Next we have Omkar. Omkar, you are also 1500 rated. And what's your feeling playing with it?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Like, and with you also. I have seen you in Olympiad many times. Like, and it's about like a dream for me to sit here and play with it, and will play my best.
Fantastic. Okay. Next is Shivam Thakur. He's rated 1430. And Shivam, are you nervous facing with it?
Definitely, I am nervous, but I want to remind Vidit that we have met in one of the tournament. He might not be remembering that.
Where?
It was Commonwealth in 2008. So I was 8 years old at that time. But definitely, I'll try to give tough competition to him.
Fantastic. Next we have Charan. Charan, you don't have a rating. You are rated around 1300. Is this the first time you will be playing a GM?
Yeah, it's the first time. So I'm very excited to play with him.
And you have a nice score sheet and all. You're going to note the moves. Okay. Omkar Berry. Omkar, you are rated 1350.
Yeah,
Are you active? Like, have you prepared for this?
yeah, we prepared for this. We can say that I'm active, but he's our first GM.
Did you prepare for Vidit's openings?
No,
No.
we'll
Is
see.
there anyone who prepared for Vidit's openings here?
We don't know, no?
Sorry?
What he will play.
You don't know, correct? He can play E4, D4,
Right.
whatever. Yeah. Shreyas Godke, how are you feeling today that you got this opportunity to play with it?
I'm very excited to play with it.
Yeah? Your mic is slightly off.
It's always very nice to play with a grandmaster.
Yeah, sure. And you have a rating of 1300 FIDE. So I think with it, this is a strongest side, I believe.
Yeah, according to
5 rated players out of 6.
yeah.
On paper, yes. Then we have Atharva Kumbechkar, who is unrated. But Atharva, your rating is 1800 online on chess.com. How?
Yes, because I started playing when I was 16 years old. From that time, I was playing seriously. I played my first tournament at 12 when I was 12 years old. And miss, I am definitely biggest fan of Vidit sir. And miss, it will be a tough fight. Miss, I will give my best.
So you follow with its many tournaments and his games and so on.
Yes, because that one game I remember, that is Parham, maybe it was Iranian player, and
Maqsoodlu.
I became a fan of this sir. Means by seeing that game, means how he promoted that one night at last.
I
Means
remember it was recent.
Yes, I was.
In Tata Steel, yes.
I became biggest fan after that. Means, so yes.
Amazing. That's great to know. Nitish, do you also follow with it and sort of follow his tournaments?
Yeah, I watch most of the games. I watch every game actually. Also, I follow all your channels and all your what you say commentary on the games and try to get what are the ideas in this position and try to see what happens.
Fantastic. You are also rated 1800. So definitely a very strong contender today. You don't know. Okay. Let's go next to Om Pandya, unrated but rated 1790 on chess.com. Om, do you practice a lot of chess?
Yeah, I've been playing from I think 2016. So I also played in state tournaments, so I have a little practice and over the board. But I'm regular follower of ChessBase India and Vidit sir's YouTube channel. So I see the live streams and also the mini clips which are there.
What's your aim today?
I will try to at least give him a tough fight, and then
Take it from there. Yeah, who knows what will happen. You know, if someone manages to beat Vidit today, I mean, Vidit not, not talking to you, but just to the others, it will be a memory of a lifetime. Yes, so it's something to aspire for. Shreyas, tell us a bit about how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, actually, I'm feeling a bit nervous but quite excited, and it's great to have Vidit. Actually, I was there at Chess Olympiad in Chennai.
Oh, you came to Chennai?
Yeah, so I got all player signature on my chessboard except Vidit. So this is like
Nice.
really a great chance for me, and also, yeah, great fan of you, Saga.
Thank you. Thank you. That's amazing. Next, we have Avinash here. Avinash, you are rated 1586. Have you started playing a lot during the pandemic and later, or you've been playing
No.
from before?
No, I've been playing since my childhood, just that I never got formal coaching. Just I had a group of friends we used to play regularly. So, yeah. And based on my skill sets, I have no chance against him, but I may try Australia style sledging. It may work.
In what way would you sledge?
I'll have some people planted here.
Oh,
and not.
really?
But jokes apart, I think this is an absolutely fantastic opportunity. And thanks to Persistent, of course, and great memory for all of us.
For sure. I
Forward to
think
that.
it will be amazing. Next, let's go to Ankur Bakshi. Ankur, you are also unrated, but 1577. And how are you feeling, and did you prepare for today?
Yeah, first of all, it is a fan moment. I am a big fan of ChessBase India, and your commentary is always exciting to watch. And with its games are also nice. I have seen him playing on YouTube a lot recently, so it's very entertaining to see how he plays online. And I remember a game where Magnus resigned in 3 moves. That was very tricky, but that was really
shortest
good.
game of
Shortest
Magnus
game of
Carlsen.
Magnus Carlsen. That was nice. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. Saurabh Ipeji, you are 1557 online, and you're not rated in a tournament. So what is your strategy going to be today with Vidit? What do you hope that he plays? E4, D4?
I hope he plays D4 most.
D4, yes? You prepared against it, something.
Prepared in D4.
Oh, Vidit. But how are you feeling?
Great opportunity.
Amazing. Next we have Yogesh Ji. Yogesh Ji, you are 1490 and you are not rated. So tell us a bit about your feeling today about playing this Simul.
Frankly, I'm feeling very nervous, but I would like to give my best throughout the game.
Yes, and one small advice to everyone here is that you guys are like a team. So what happens is if one of you resigns, it becomes easier for Vidit. So, you know, you should all try to be there till the end to make it as tough for Vidit as possible.
Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, next, Kundan. Kundan, what's your feeling like? You're playing with the black pieces against India #2. You know, he's one of the best in the world.
Yeah, I'm excited, nervous also.
You're nervous? Is this the first Simul you're playing?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So this is going to be very exciting how it will go. Ishwar More is the next player. Again, 1465. With it, I think everyone's like near 1500, 1400.
Yeah, I think they are parallel to Samay's rating throughout, you know.
So you're like playing 20 Samays. They are not good. Yeah, let's see how they do it. What is your feeling? That is 1 hour going to be enough for Vidit?
I think 1 hour will be enough because I'm just here to enjoy. I'm a big fan of Vidit.
You are a big fan of Vidit. So you don't really care whether you win or lose. You just want to play. Nice, fantastic. Sharmat Bhatt, you are the next. You are looking very happy. Since I came in, you were smiling. So what's your feeling like?
Like, first of all, like getting to play a super gem is a great opportunity for me. So like, I will try to make best out of it. Yeah.
You want to make the best out of this opportunity. Manoj Rathod ji, 1323. Manoj, what's your feeling and how have you prepared for this opportunity facing Vidit?
So actually, I'm quite nervous right now, but my motto is to enjoy this game. This is the first time I will be playing against a Grandmaster and Simul, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, Kanish Bail. Kanish Behel, tell us a bit about your feelings right now. The Simul is going to begin. What is your strategy going to be? Make quick moves or make full use of 1 hour?
Actually, I will be taking whole 1 hour. I will utilize every time and I will like just look for the strategies on the board, and that's how I'm planning to do.
Okay, tremendous. I think that's the best thing to do, not to play too quick, because once you make a mistake, less chances that Vidit will let you survive. Aditya Chinchole, final participant here. Aditya, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Actually, to play with Vidit is itself a great chance, and Persistent has given me that chance, and Vidit also came here. So it's a great opportunity for me to learn and to grow as I like chess.
Fantastic. Well, a huge round of applause to all 20 participants here. And I think it's a phenomenal job by Persistent to actually select these 20 opponents to face with it, because I think this is going to be a real challenge. With it, any final words of advice to your opponents?
No, actually, I'm just now talking to myself, how should I deal with it? So no advice as such. But if they resign, I would not mind it.
Okay, guys, we are about to begin. We have 2 arbiters in the house. We have Vivek Sohani, one of India's finest arbiters here. And we have Atharva Godbole, who is also a wonderful arbiter here. And guys, anything that they should take care of?
We already had the players meeting before this event. So everyone knows about the rules, what they have to do. So let's begin.
Okay, let's start. Let's get it cracking. The first board here, Vidit, starting with the white pieces. Let's see what he plays. He plays E4. E4 is supposed to be an aggressive opening, but D4 on board 2 against Omkar. Next board, he goes D4. Now, one of the things that people do in the Simul is they play different move order. And look at Vidit. He's not going in one line. He's playing the Queen's Gambit. Suddenly, French defense on board 1. He plays here. He goes Knight F3 on this board. This is a very unique strategy that Vidit is applying, because generally, what they do is they play on all boards. Oh, I understand. What is Vidit's logic? Because the clocks have not started on other boards. Maybe we can slowly start the clocks here. Arbiter? Otherwise, he'll finish all the games here. Finding a loophole with it already. Okay, he goes D4 on this board. So we have a French defense, 2 Queen's Gambits here. Then we have Knight F3 openings, 2 boards. And then we have English opening. So you see, Vidit is actually experimenting. You can play, by the way. And here, there is no limit on when to make a move. If there was no clock, then the players had to wait till the opponent comes in. But here, because there is a clock, they can make their moves at any point. And let's start the clocks, otherwise Vidit will play on the half side of the board. You know, my job is to make this Simul as close as possible. So, oh, he already started. Brilliant. Amazing. He started. And there we go. E4 here. C4. And with it, you know your opponents are smart. They started the clocks here. No, all boards have begun. Okay, so there we go. Now 20 boards have all begun. And with it has alternated between E4, D4, Knight F3, and C4. Here we see French defense. And guys, French defense is an opening recently played by a famous player. Any guesses? Magnus. Brilliant. He played it at the World Rapid and Blitz. And with it, he's going to face that with white. In between, I'm also going to ask you a few questions in the crowd. So be ready for that. And there are some small prizes for you guys as well. Okay. With it now moving quickly on all boards, I can see a very standard opening. And with it playing with his left hand. Did you notice that? Because the clocks are on left, so he can spend less time on making a move and pressing the clock. That's the level of, he's not so sure about whether 1 hour is going to be enough or not. It's his opponent's move. And Vidit almost made two moves there. Illegal move? Anything? And Vidit goes for the Italian here on bishop c4. I'm very interested to see what is happening on this side of the board because all the strong players, and Vidit here in the Slav defense has played queen to b3. He's just not stopping. Do you see that? He comes to the board, he makes a move. He comes to the board, he makes the move. So this is basically the opening phase, and Vidit is very well prepared. What happened? Yeah, you forgot to press the clock. And that's not going to be good. So here, on all boards, we have around 58 minutes for Vidit. And I'm going to ask the first question to the crowd while Vidit is busy blitzing out his openings. And you cannot Google, okay? That much you guys should make sure. Okay, and those who know can just raise their hand.
No chat GPT.
No chat GPT. So the question is, what is the year and the date on which Vidit was born? His date of birth. No, if you say it this way, then others, I have to choose one person because there's a prize. No, it's fine. But you were right, and I think I'll give it to you. It is 24th October 1994, and shall we give it right now, Vivek, or later? Is there right now? Where are the prizes? I kept somewhere. There are some 5 or 6 prizes we have, and few of them are something signed by Vidit. Book signed by Vidit. Okay, let's go. In this entire thing, let me try to figure out which is the most exciting game. Let's also ask Vidit which game he thinks is the most exciting until now.
It's just the opening phase so far. So the games are yet to get exciting.
Okay, the games are yet to get exciting, but guys, notice here, what Omkar has done on this board is he has taken the knight and made Vidit think. Because Vidit can recapture the bishop, or he can go and snatch a pawn. If we can zoom in on this board somehow, I don't know if it's possible. And making Vidit think right out of the opening. That's not normal, guys. You saw how Vidit was just blitzing around. Now imagine, on every board, if each one of them can make him think. There you see, Vidit actually deferred his decision. He said, I'm not going to play right now here. Let me do the easier moves on other boards. And one of the things that happens in a simultaneous exhibition is that once you have a problem on one board, your mind starts to worry about it. And so that is the problem that Vidit might face. If one of the players poses him with problem, he will start to think, oh, how do I play in that position? And that is something he has to avoid. But I must commend the level of this Simul. It is really amazing. Everyone's making good moves. And Vidit is being very careful to see whose time is going on. And you will also notice he's giving more importance to this side because he thinks maybe the other one. Yeah. Thank you. Congrats. Okay. Oh, Vidit moves in knight to g5. And guys, look at this. With the bishop and knight, he's looking at the f7 pawn, and Manoj in some trouble. Some. Not so sure. And still here, Omkar, his opponent has not played a move. Omkar, are you feeling good?
I'm thinking I made any mistake.
You are thinking you made a mistake. Oh. But Vidit is not making a move on your board.
I think he's calculating something over the bishop side. So I took the knight. So he will be having a double tough pawn. So I think might be he's thinking on that point.
Got it, got it. But you are the only one who has sort of made him pause. That's already impressive. Avinash ji has played a setup which is very sort of, within his space, has not taken any space. It's like this modern setup he has gone for. Very interesting. Meanwhile, a question posed to Vidit here by Om, whether Vidit will take the knight or he will move the bishop back. And already on the clocks, you can see Vidit is down to 54 minutes on some clocks. Man, I didn't imagine. Already looking interesting. Takes on c6. I say all these things that Simul is tough and all so that Vidit gets a bit nervous. Yeah. Okay, plays bishop d3. Very interesting strategy here by Vidit. He takes on b7. Guys, did you see that? He was thinking all there while he was making the move. He was thinking about this position. Then he comes here and chops off that pawn. Unbelievable. It's like Vidit was holding 2-3 positions in his mind while he was playing. That's just amazing. And now, here he goes, bishop f4, quickly attacking the c7 pawn. Omkar has to decide what to do. And now he goes on the other side. Against Aditya. Oh, Aditya has played pretty well. Actually here, there comes a check. On f7, this game already heating up. Manoj is calculating. Let me not disturb him right now. We'll come to him later. h3 played against Saurabh. Saurabh has played the Scandinavian defense and brought his queen out early and seems to be doing pretty well. So meanwhile, Vidit trying to think that whether he should attack against Avinash Kaparikar or he should play positionally. No, he goes e5. He's trying to open up the position. Let's see what happens there. And against Om as well, he plays his pawn up to d4. So he's given up his bishop for a knight and he's trying to open it up. Guys, until now, there are very few boards where Vidit has gotten an advantage. It's quite even, quite a great struggle that's happening. Castles, moves in. So let's finally talk to Manoj a bit. He has 55 minutes. Manoj, you gave a check to you. You had to move your king. But then he went back. What do you feel about what's happening?
So I think he will give check and try to capture that rook.
You saw it. There's a fork. Okay.
Right. So I will have to avoid that.
So you're thinking, are you feeling more nervous than it began or less?
Actually, I'm used to play on online chess. So it's quite confusing.
This is what happens when you play a lot of chess on your phone or online. Chessboard suddenly starts to look a bit weird. And I think that is the problem which some players might face who constantly play on just the phone. By the way, guys, all of you here are their colleagues, right? Does it ever happen that you are and they are playing chess? Yes? All the time. Okay, interesting. Okay, while Vidit is about to take care of this side, here's another question to all of you. Vidit, when he was young, in which under some age category, in which year, and in which country? Not easy. And for that, you have a book signed by Vidit. So you need to give 3 answers. Which world championship? Which year? No Googling. Did you Google? Okay. You have already won, so you cannot take part. Anyone? Anyone? Come on, try. You can give 2. Okay, let's see if you can. Under 12?
Question was
Which year and which country?
2008.
2008?
And country,
Country you are not sure. Okay. So, 1 is right out of the 2 answers he gave. Anyone else wants to try? Because you get this book signed by Vidit if you give the right answer, which is quite a nice thing to take home. No one, yes? Okay, I'll give the answer. The answer is he became the under 14 world champion in Vietnam in the year. Okay, so he was born in 94. He was around 14 years old and he won the world title. And Vidit also has been the national champion of India in under 11, under 13, under 15. So he's been just at the top since years and years. And so now you see the challenge, yeah, that everyone. So Avinash ji has moved his knight to d5. Vidit has exchanged. And now his king is in the center. So Vidit is thinking, how can he take advantage of that last bit of moment he has before black castles? And here Vidit moving very quickly. I would say around equal here, also equal. Maybe here Vidit has managed to win a pawn. Has he? Did you miss something, Shivam?
Definitely, I have lost the pawn, but I'll try to attack at some point.
Okay, got it. There's still hope. You cannot give up just with 1 pawn loss. But here's a very nice game. Vidit against Pratik. Pratik, who's the highest rated player here. Vidit has launched an all-out attack in this board. Let's go and follow Vidit here. Takes the pawn. And actually, Aditya Chinchole is equal. You'll see 3 pieces on the board for him, 3 for Vidit. All good here. So the Simul is kind of heating up right now. We are like 20 minutes into it. And Vidit has got a winning position on couple of boards. But 18 or odd boards are just hanging in there strong. I would say, let's ask our viewers, what do you think will be the score of this Simul? Like out of 20 boards, what do you think will be the score at the end?
20.
Vidit will win 20 or Persistent will win 20?
20.
Vidit will win 20, okay?
20.
20?
I think at least couple of games probably our people will.
So you say 18-2? 18-2, okay?
20-0.
20-0, no hope or no faith on the teammates, yeah?
20-0.
20-0.
I'm hoping for 18-1-1.
18-2, basically, yes? One draw, and so one loss. So 18 and half, 1.5, okay?
20-0.
20-0.
18-2.
18-2. Anyone feeling that Persistent will score more than 2?
No.
No?
No. No.
No. No one here? Anyone thinks, yes? One hand. One guy. Yes. How much you think?
10-10.
10-10. No, that's not going to happen. 15-5. 15-5. I think, I've seen many clock simuls happening. And I feel somewhere that this is not an easy one. Like generally what starts to happen is, on some boards you will see people playing random openings. They move their pieces to the side. They give up 2-3 pawns. But here, Vidit is being stretched on almost like all the boards. And that's why I feel that this is not a very easy simul. And 15-5, although very ambitious, is not an unrealistic score. I would say 15-5, if that happens, Persistent can be extremely proud of the chess culture that they've developed here. 15-5 against India number 2 is just insane. Okay. Let's see. Vidit has begun to attack on the board of Pratik. Pratik, do you feel that Vidit is coming right at you?
Well, not really. I think I have some counterplays that I can generate. So
You think it's under control?
somewhat.
Okay, fantastic. That's the confidence you need. You know, even when your opponent is sort of attacking, you just be calm. And look at this, Manoj. Very interesting chess. He first moved his king, then he moved his king again. What do they say? Don't move your king in the opening, don't move your queen in the opening. But Manoj is like, I'm not going to listen to all that rules that are there. And he's making Vidit think. That's the most important part. He's making him think. He's making him stretch. And Vidit trying to find the killer blow here, which is actually good news for the others. Because that means he's spending time here. He's again given a check. Manoj, if it happens one more time, you can claim a draw. Threefold repetition. He goes knight to g3. Vidit plays rook d1. Goes bishop to g5. I like this position here for Vidit. He has more space, but Yogesh ji has brought his knight back and he wants to reroute it somehow. Meanwhile, look at where Vidit's pawn has reached here. It's reached the 7th rank. Wow. He's got the pawn all the way to the 7th rank. But I think Avinash can capture that back perhaps. Let's see what he does. Okay, here's another question for our crowd. India, okay, here's the question. India has right now a few players about 2700 ELO in classical chess, okay? You have to tell me, Vidit was which player in the country to cross that barrier of 2700 and who were the players before him who crossed that rating? Okay? So, anyone? You want to try? Okay. Third player.
Yes. Pentala Hari Krishna and Vishwanathan Anand.
Okay. Close but not right. Very close. Anyone else wants to try? Yes? You want to try? So you are saying he was the third Indian to cross 2700? Happened recently. Vidit did it much before. So anyone else? So 2700 ELO makes you a super GM in chess. And Vidit did it in 2017. Okay? That was the year in which he crossed 2700. But who are the players who crossed it before him? Okay, very good. Very good. Shashi Kiran? Yeah, you want to try? Who are the others? Who all?
I guess he was the fourth, no?
Okay, who are the first three?
Anand, Vishy Anand sir, and Shashi Kiran sir, and Pentala Hari Krishna.
What's your name?
Bajrang.
Bajrang, big round of applause to Bajrang. You are right. Fourth Indian to cross 2700. And for this, you do get this very nice book signed by Vidit. And guys, did you know?
This is your book only, no? Where's Amruta, yaar?
Amruta did not come. Yes, this is made by her. So, the thing is, Vidit was the youngest Indian to cross 2700 at that point. He did it even faster than Vishy Anand. And that is just amazing. He was 22 years old when he achieved that feat. Okay. Let's see how Vidit is doing now, you know. He's thinking against Ishwar. He's got a nice position. He brings his knight in the center. Okay, all good. Ooh, Vidit has got his knight in now. I really find this game fascinating. You know, this one, really nice. By the way, we'll also keep some award for the player who gives the best fight to Vidit. You know, something like that. Maybe we can ask the arbiter here if we can give a gift, like if they win, can they take this chessboard home signed by Vidit?
Everyone is getting that.
Oh, they are already getting. Oh, okay. So then the Rook C1. I want to ask Vidit at some point how this Simul is going for him, but I don't want to disturb him. I can quickly ask him. Vidit, how's it going?
There are some games which are complicated, so there I'm down on time. I mean, position-wise, I'm not really worried so far on any of the boards, which is the good sign, but I'm down on time in some games.
Are you feeling worried?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, guys, you need to get him worried. That's the main thing. You need to make him stretch. The more he feels worried on different boards, the more he'll make mistakes. And I'm actually surprised that Vidit is not worried. But guys, look at his strategy. Okay, and this is how a good chess player thinks. Because we might think Vidit is a great chess player, so he will make good moves on the board. But he's also strategizing very well. So notice his clock here, 55 minutes, 49 minutes, 54 minutes, 52, 48, and 55. Against the best players, he's kept more time. Then you go here, he has nearly 50 to 48 minutes on all the boards. 47, 46. But here is where you can see he's let his time bleed. 42 minutes he has. 44, 41, 47. So in that way, he's thinking that even though he comes low on time, he will then manage these positions. But if he's low on time here, he will be in trouble. So fantastic planning by Vidit here. Let's see if that works out. Brings his rook to e1 and now takes. So he's playing pretty quickly here, and now I understand why he's not feeling the tension. And the ones who said 15-5, maybe not very likely. And Vidit plays c5 here. You see the queen was defending the bishop, and he's pushed his pawn to c5. Yogesh, did you anticipate that move?
No.
No, that's a surprise for him. Now the bishop is hanging. The queen was defending. Let's see if he can save it. Meanwhile, Vidit gaining space against Kanish, against Aditya Chinchole. Aditya is the lowest rated, but he's playing really well. He's giving a great fight here. And Vidit moves away from Pratik's board. He could have attacked here, but no, he's moved on. And he's gone to Omkar's board now. Omkar has offered a trade of knights to Vidit. And Vidit is thinking, where should he capture? He takes on e5. Sort of equal there. Now Shreyas also has a nice position. Although right now, I think no one really has got a winning position against Vidit still, or an advantage. Everywhere Vidit is in control. Okay, here's a question. This is like ultimate Vidit question because, you know, you need to know Vidit very well for this answer. How many subscribers does Vidit have on his YouTube channel? Does anyone follow him on YouTube? Yes, many of you. So how many? I can be okay with 1,000, 2,000 here and there. Yes.
200K.
200K, that's a little too off. Little too. Anyone?
About 230.
230. You are absolutely right. It is 232K. What's your name?
Omkar Shinde.
Omkar, you get a pen here. Congratulations. Guys, Vidit is one of those rare grandmasters who's not just a world-class player, but also has a very vibrant on Instagram. And if you ever get a chance, do follow him on YouTube and check his streams. He doesn't stream often now. Some different aims, like something like becoming world champion and all that stuff. The mic has gone down, but just like Black's position here. Ankur ji, did you expect this or it came out of the blue?
Came out of the blue.
Came out of the blue. Bishop takes h7. Guys, this is known as the Greek gift, because what you do is you sacrifice a piece, bring the black king out, and then you try to attack it. But there are ways to defend against it. Let's see if Ankur maybe tells Vidit that your sacrifice was wrong. It was not the best. And here again, Shivam, I think Vidit has great position. One of the things that is very important in a simul is how quickly you finish off games. Because yes, you are winning in some games, but if you don't finish it, like you have to checkmate your opponent, if you don't do it, your time keeps on bleeding there. So in that, Vidit should take care that he should finish off these games. Plays his queen to f4. Do everyone like understand chess here, like the moves? Everyone understands. Okay, nice. So that means if we zoom in on a position and talk about it a bit, that could be interesting. Maybe in some places you can come and zoom in on the position. Aap aa sakte ho? Okay, cool. Let's come here. Shall we do that? This one. Manoj ji. This is the position which is. Zoom in here. So is in the center. It cannot castle. And look at what Vidit is doing. He wants to give a fork with the king and the rook. So that is there another mic? Thank you. So this one slightly tense here, but Manoj is not down in material. So that's good news. That's very good news. Let's look at one more interesting position on board number 1. Pratik over here, he is, you know what happens, and can we zoom in? If you see Pratik's king, it is in the center, right? It has not castled. So what Vidit has done is that he has used his pawn to open up the king. Now the question is whether Pratik's king can find safety on the other side or not. That is what we will have to see. So these are a couple of interesting positions. I'll keep on getting you into the position. Ah, yes, this one, if we can get it here. Ankur Bakshi. Out of the blue came a sacrifice. Look at this. That bishop just sacked itself on h7. It's called the Greek gift sacrifice. If the king takes, oh, he didn't take. Ankur, why didn't you take that bishop?
I saw the mate coming.
How did you see?
If I take the bishop, the knight on g5 will give check, and then the queen will come in.
Ah, so you saw that it was going into a mate, so he just moved it aside, but now his king is exposed, and that will be a trouble. Okay, thank you. Vidit moves his bishop back. Kanish has done some great work here, making Vidit move back with his bishop. Which is the board where Vidit has the lowest time? Let's try to figure out. Right now, Vidit has in his 40s everywhere. Yeah, he has time in his 40s. 39. Ooh, here it's 39 and 35 against Kanish. So this is the lowest. He has the lowest time on this board. And also position. Kanish, what do you think about your position?
It's pretty much fine right now.
Pretty much fine?
Yes.
So you feel like you can put a lot of pressure on him?
No, actually, while he's giving me time, I'm actually calculating his next move, so I'm already preparing for it. So that's I'm getting more time at time.
So the moment he sort of goes away from here, you make your move so that, you know, he will lose more time.
While he's moving, I'm already seeing like what he's planning on next. So he has to take bishop back because I already see it coming. So that's why.
Nice, nice, amazing. Well, Kanish, you are way stronger than your rating, yes? You don't play on. So that's why he's playing very strong over the board, but his online rating is quite low. Okay. Vidit going all out on the attack on Avinash. Let's have a look at Avinash board, if we can. So, what Vidit has done here, guys, is that he has pushed his H pawn. Oh, we have a result here. We have Yogesh ji. Yogesh ji, can you tell us, he has resigned here. So 1.2 Vidit. How was your experience? What happened? Like, can you tell us a bit?
No, I made a blunder in between. So he went a piece up and then there was no recovery.
Right. Did you enjoy it or you felt a little too tensed? What went wrong?
No, frankly, I'm not happy with myself. I could have done much better.
But that's okay. That's okay. There'll be another opportunity someday to play him. But a round of applause to Yogesh for being here and playing against Vidit. So with this, Vidit moves to 1-0. And we are somewhere half an hour into this simul. Soon, Vidit might also start getting a bit tired. But let's see. We have a very nice tactic here that Vidit has implemented, if we can see. So here, again, Shreyas Godke, what Vidit has done, let's have a look. So Shreyas, now what Vidit did is he took a pawn right in the center. You see his knight, white's knight, can be captured by the rook, right? But if the rook takes, can you guys tell me what is Vidit's idea? Imagine that the rook takes the knight. What is Vidit going to do? Anyone? Can you see the position clearly? No? Very tough, no? To see this way. Maybe thoda idhar se aisa dikha sakte? Not so easy, but his idea was to take rook takes bishop. That would be hanging. So that is what he had planned. With it moving in here. Okay, let's go to the board of Kanish, because this is where Kanish thinks about his moves in Vidit's time and is putting a lot of pressure, and Vidit plays his rook to f1. Nice, that is really cool. And Vidit moves his queen to the side against Aditya. We'll come back to this board. And where did Saurabh go? Saurabh is here back. No, you're not Saurabh. Okay. I think there are some there are washroom breaks allowed. Okay. King takes g2. Here against Atharva. You know what kind of player Vidit is? Guys, do you know? If you bifurcate chess players, there are tactical players and there are positional players. In which category would you put Vidit in? Anyone? Tactical? Positional? what is more? I mean, you know, at this level where he's playing, players are good at many of the things they do. But still Vidit has, you know, he goes towards one side. That is more, he's more positional. So you will see that in his games, there are not many sort of attacking possibilities, but very beautiful positional chess. Like look here, in this game against Atharva Kumbhechkar, he has got his rook into the position. He's just kind of got that here. And in many positions you will see he's got a positional grip on his opponents. And this is very, very nice to see and learn from Vidit. Okay. Kanish has got his knight to f4. And now Vidit chops it off. Vidit, do you think this board has some... Are you a little worried on this board?
Yeah, he has considerable time advantage and the position is also pretty level. But I have some positional trumps which I would capitalize on.
Okay, okay. And by the way, you know, I know Vidit pretty well. Huh? If I asked such a question and he thought that he's in trouble in this Simul, he would not answer it so well. So I think overall Vidit feels very confident right now in the Simul. That's what I get a feeling. But you never know. Because there are still 19 games going on. Too many games. But he's kept a very big time lead on all these boards. And he is up a pawn here. Okay, he's pawn up against Nitish. And Vidit's king comes out. Plays his rook to d7. And did you see how Vidit calculated everything there? And now he's moved to this board where he was under some trouble. He's taken the knight, pawn takes, and moved his knight back. Manoj fighting well, but maybe he's going to lose his rook on the side. So there Vidit has a good position. And Kanish doing some tremendous work here. He is moving so fast that the moment Vidit played his move, he played his next move. And now, Vidit takes a rook here. He's rook up. Long castle. And here against Saurabh, Vidit has a big lead in development. Although not material advantage, he has a big lead. And this is a huge attack brewing against Avinash. I like Vidit's positions on all these boards. He takes on another pawn against Shreyas. He's a pawn up here. Takes a pawn against Om Pandya. Who's prepared all his moves. And what sort of chess is that? He's just so quick, moving everywhere. And wins a pawn. So you see, now I feel it's like the harvest season, yeah? He played he sowed the seeds, and now everywhere pawns are falling. There a pawn fell, here a pawn fell. I think Vidit is now slowly kind of converting his advantage. Check. Oh, is there some kind of a beautiful checkmate or something coming up? Ooh, we have to see. We have to see. Maybe Vidit has something up his sleeve here. We'll follow that game. Okay, here's another question to our viewers here, all of you. What is Vidit's pet name that he's called at home? Only those who know him well. VD is sort of, people call him online in the chess world. Everyone calls him there. But he has a name that is called by his. Yes, you know it?
I think his sister says him Montu Bhaiya.
Oh, brilliant. Montu Bhaiya. Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Rajit.
Rajit, fantastic. How do you know Vidit so well? Do you follow all his streams? Fantastic.
I do follow his streams and YouTube vlogs.
Okay, brilliant. That's great. That is right. He is called Montu by his family. I don't know why. Maybe we can ask him at some point. Okay, one more question before we come back to the chess. There's one player with whom Vidit worked as his second. Now he is his competitor and plays against him in various tournaments. But he worked with him. Yes, do you know? Anish Giri, brilliant answer. What's your name?
Satyam.
Satyam, round of applause to Satyam. Anish Giri, he is from Netherlands, but his father is from Nepal, his mother is from Russia, and he's a world-class grandmaster. And Vidit worked with him when he was around 2650 rated, and then went on to become a super GM. Now, of course, Vidit plays against him in various tournaments, and also had a big match against him, the death match, and very nearly beat him. Okay, let's see where this is going. Let's come to a board. Let's ask Vidit which games he thinks are the most critical for him. Vidit.
1 second.
Yeah. It's a nice way to avoid my questions, yeah. What is he thinking is a big question here. Takes the rook back.
Yeah, so there are few games which are very complex, where I have I think considerably low time.
So one is there against Kanish.
Yes,
Which
and
one else?
I think there are few games there
That side?
Yes,
Okay.
where it's tense. But I will not reveal which one right now because it will give them confidence.
Oh. Vidit has all those things, like that topper wali qualities रहती है ना कि I won't reveal एक point किसी को confidence वगैरह नहीं आना चाहिए. But yeah, that's true. He wants 20 points today. So he's going to take everything, he's going to not give any chances to his opponents. Let me guess which board he should be worried here. Oh, this one looks nice. I thought Pratik would be in trouble, but Pratik has sort of got his king to the other side. And he also has space here. Pratik, I think you are happy, yes, with your position?
Not really. I think it's pretty much equal, or I'll say white has a slight edge.
But then that's good, right? I mean, it's not like lost or something.
Yeah. So not lost till now.
Yeah, it's a good position. So this one for sure. Here Vidit is a pawn up. So here he should be okay. This one he is pawn up, exchange up. So again, should be fine. This one, Charan. Charan, do you like your position?
Not really.
Why?
It's kind of hard to explain that.
Hard to explain, but you think it's positionally little suspect, yes? Yeah, okay, but you still have equal material. So everything to fight for. And here, again, this is a good position for Omkar. He is not down material. Guys, this Simul is getting very exciting because Vidit is having a tough position on at least 4 to 5 boards. And when the time will start running low, it will become critical. Check. Ooh. He's given a check here. Let's move with him. He comes to the board where he was a bit worried, takes the pawn. A takes b5. Let's try to get a glimpse of this board so that Vidit was slightly worried here about this board. So if we see, on this board, black has a lot of space in the center. Also, his queen is nicely placed on the king side. And Vidit is slightly crammed in. So for all the reasons, Kanish seems to have a good grip here. Very nice. The other game which we were looking at is Pratik. If we can have a look at Pratik's game here, look at what Pratik has done, guys. Pratik has managed to bring his king to the other side. It's called long castling. And you will see that black king has a lot of space around it. But still, it's very difficult for Vidit to attack it. So I think that way, Kanish seems to have done pretty good job. Meanwhile, Charan, if we go to Charan's board, Charan has like equal position. The number of pieces, if you count the pawns, 6 pawns for both sides, 4 minor pieces for each, and it seems like around equal. But Vidit, this is Vidit's superpower. He moves his pieces back and forth, and that is the positional play we are talking about. That is vintage Vidit. And you can ask any player in the world that when it comes to positional chess, Vidit ranks right up there with the best. Even maybe as good as the world champion, somewhere close there. That's good. That's how good he is at positional play. So outplaying him positionally is very tough, but you can attack him. That's where you can get the points against him. But then he doesn't let you attack. That's why he's a good player. It's very difficult to beat these players. And there you have Vidit making move in his opponent's time. Now arbiter, the second time he's done it. Okay, we're not going, there's no penalty there. Okay. Vidit trying to figure out what to do against Pratik, because Pratik has this nice fortress built up near his king. And he says, let's leave it. Let's look at it later. Let's go to Kanish's game. This is a lot of worry. And so he goes there and tries to figure, how do I continue? Still thinking. Time is 24 minutes. Now only 24 minutes for Vidit. I also feel Kanish is... I think this is a thing right now. He's thinking like, I need to get... And he goes queen a4. So he's attacking maybe some pawns there. Not so sure. That's a good move. Let's look at where the clocks are ticking. Vidit, opponent, 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 Vidit, opponent, Vidit, 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 opponent, opponent, Vidit, Vidit, opponent. I mean, in 20 boards, at least 5, 6 are ticking. Vidit has to move quickly. That's because clocks are ticking everywhere. But at least he's taking care of 12 to 13 clocks, So it's not trouble everywhere. Nice. Gaining space. Sharmad is sort of being pushed back. Sharmad, do you feel a little bit sort of boxed in?
Sort of like I'm not at least open up any pieces, so sort of backed up.
He's not letting you sort of move forward, yes? That's the thing. It's called boa constrictor strategy. You know the snake, boa constrictor. What it does is, once it catches you, it sort of squeezes you. And that's how some players play. And that's how Vidit likes to play. Once he gets an advantage, it's very difficult to come out of his grasp. If someone can wriggle out of it, that's amazing. But very few can. Now Vidit sort of handling this side. You see? He was handling that side before, but now he's come there. Takes here. Ooh. Did that? Ooh, he's lost a piece here. Nitish, who's playing so well, has lost a piece. Meanwhile, Atharva has lost a second pawn here. Pawn takes. With it 23 minutes here. Continuing with his pieces, coming in the center against Sharmad. See, with it even standing in the center, yeah, not going to a board. Maybe what he's doing is he stands here, he looks, he calculates which board he should play, and then he goes and plays so that he saves time in moving also. He goes in. You know, there are some players who also play simultaneous exhibitions blindfolded, without seeing. वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है तो मैं इतना जोर से बोल रहा था. So there are also blindfold simuls, and in that the player does not see the board. So maybe what I would recommend to Persistent is that if Vidit wins 20-0 today, then we should make him do a blindfold simul next time, whereby he cannot see the boards, it's just in his mind. So like he says E4 on board 1, D4 on board 2, and he has to keep 20 boards in his mind. Maybe 20 might be a bit too much, but we'll discuss about that. If he scores 20, yeah? 5 or 3, yeah? Maybe. I think Vidit can do somewhere around 10, I think. That should be doable for Vidit. But for now, he's worried about this simul. He's not even thinking about the next one. Okay, 2 pawns up here, as we said. Let's move. This is a great example of his positional play. If we can look at the game of Omkar and have a look here, look at what Vidit is doing. So, what is a weakness here? If you see Omkar's pawn, yes, pawn here, this one is weak. And Vidit has his rook, trained his eyes on it. Then his knight stops the pawn from coming forward. So basically what he's doing is he is strangling his opponent on this board. Let's see if Omkar manages to come out of it. It's going to be interesting to see. But is there any player who has actually launched an attack on Vidit? I think very few. In fact, I would say Kanish is the only one. And here he brings his bishop out. And so Vidit comes rushing in because he knows this is an important game. And he takes the pawn. Ooh. Maybe now things clearing up here. Something went wrong for Kanish. His knight is under attack and Vidit is a pawn up. So the game where he was worried the most, he seems to have clarified that as well. Gets his bishop back against Ankur. Against Ankur, he is a piece up. Guys, we are almost 1 hour into this simul, 58 minutes. And Vidit has been moving consistently. You know, there's also this thing in chess. People think it's a mental sport. Of course, simul is physical because you have to move around. But when you are playing a very long game, let's say it lasts for 5 hours, 6 hours, you lose a lot of calories and you lose a lot of weight. In fact, after the World Championship match, it is said that players lost close to 8 kgs or something, I think Kasparov-Karpov match, which is just insane, yeah, that in chess is so brutal. Okay, now Vidit pushing his pawn forward against Kanish. He's getting the pawns towards the queening square. So arbiter giving us a great insight here, Vivek. He says, when Vidit starts to move fast, his opponents are also moving fast. Maybe guys, you don't need to do that because Vidit is playing on so many boards. You can play calmly.
I thought I was playing against 20 people, but looks like there are more.
Who else? Oh, the arbiter. You know, Vidit, right now, because you are doing so well in the Simul, everyone wants you, is against you. The moment you start losing a game, perhaps we start supporting you. So maybe if you want the support of people, just blunder in one game.
I think there are some games where the position is very tense, so it's not certain that I'll keep.
Just one reveal, which game?
Yeah, I have like I think 20 minutes on that board just.
Yes, that you are already in, under control, yes?
And then the first board, which is very tense so far.
Right. We got with it to at least reveal one more board. That's the first board against Pratik. He's a little worried there. Let's see how that turns out. Against Kundan, Vidit is right now, oh, he's not a piece up or anything. He's actually, in fact, 2 pawns up. So here there are 2 pawns. And you know, guys, at this level of Vidit, 1 pawn is quite good enough often to convert the game into a win. So it's not like Vidit needs to win a piece or a rook or something. Even 1 pawn is good enough. So he's taken the queen and he's taken the bishop and another pawn. So here Ankur is exchanging pieces, but he's already down material, so he shouldn't be doing that. Gives a check against Avinash. Ooh, look at this. Maybe this is a nice game to zone in. If we can get Avinash's game, you will see how Vidit has really launched an attack here. He has got his queen in, and look at his knight. Vidit is white. He has a knight here. He has a queen here. Avinash king is in check. His bishop is supporting the knight. So all his pieces together functioning beautifully against Avinash. And I don't know, I think it might end in a checkmate. But we have to wait. We'll see. Brilliant attack there. And Vidit's pawn pushes forward. This pawn has reached the 7th rank. Maybe we would love if Vidit can under-promote in one of the games. I will tell you what under-promotion is. By the way, the pawn has reached the 7th rank. So if the pawn reaches the 8th rank, you can take whatever you want. You can take a queen, rook, bishop, knight. Generally, chess players take a queen because that's the strongest. But if you can under-promote, that's always very special. So we will see if Vidit under-promotes in this Simul on any of the boards. Maybe a small challenge, yeah, there. Plays his bishop to g7 against Saurabh. Saurabh's position, actually materially, Saurabh is doing very well. Let's ask Saurabh very quickly how he's feeling.
I think he's launching an attack. And position is, I think, lost.
Position is lost. But you are pawn up, yes?
Yes, I have pawn up, but he can take that pawn anytime.
Anytime, yeah. Also, his bishop is boxed in. Like, really, it has sort of dug his own grave there. The bishop is cornered. Wow. Vidit is really on the back foot against Pratik. Can we just have a quick look here, if possible? against Pratik Khanzode, who's 1551 rated. This board, if you see Vidit White, he has a king here, he has a knight here, he has a rook here, he's like boxed in. And Pratik has so much space as black. Don't you feel like black has so much space in the position? Amazing. And that's why Vidit is under pressure on this board. But as Mikhail Botvinnik used to say, Mikhail Botvinnik is former world champion. He said, the toughest thing in chess is to win. I'm not even sure that he's winning, but he needs to work really hard to convert it into a full point. It's not going to be easy. A4. Yeah, support there. For persistent here, guys. Let's have a round of applause for these players. Yeah, it's almost more than an hour. And only one game has ended. That is amazing. 19 players fighting hard. So Vidit here, now against Manoj, he's material up. Let's see on which boards Vidit is not material up. Oh, he takes... He took with the queen. This is a board where Vidit is not materially up. Here he is a piece up. Here he's got a huge attack. On this board, however, he's not up much material, just one pawn up. So this is going to be a fight. Shreyas Gaikwad actually doing quite well. Om Pandya. Om, how are you finding your position?
I think he's having a bit advantage. His rook is about to come to the 7th rank. And my king, I think there will be some back rank issue in the line which I am calculating.
So you are not too happy with your position?
Yeah, I'm finding a way out how to prevent that.
Okay. It's important that you sustain here for as long as you can, resist as long as you can. And Vidit goes back to the first board against Pratik. Queen also comes back. Man, all the pieces are just boxed in. Pratik, are you feeling like Vidit is getting passive?
Somewhat.
Okay, he doesn't want to reveal anything. Okay, but I have a feeling that this is the game where Vidit is in big trouble. Let's see. Meanwhile, in some of the games, the pawns are pushing forward, the pieces are falling, and Vidit is moving towards victory. I think somewhere around 10 or 15 minutes later, Vidit is going to get a lot of points rolling in. 20 minutes now in Kanish's game. He has only 20 minutes left. So that is where the real time troubles will start, with it starting to move faster. Also, next time what can be done to make Vidit's task tougher is to put the boards a little far away from each other. So he has to walk more. Right now he's walking pretty quickly. Oh, and there, what? He sacrificed the rook for a knight, and Atharva is like, Atharva, what is happening?
I just shocked. Means, what was that move?
Exactly, I also don't understand. Why did he do that?
Maybe for this pawn promotion, maybe.
But do you think he's made a mistake?
No, not at all.
No. Sir was more like, okay, I thought he will win this way, but he's winning that way. He was surprised with the way in which Vidit chose to win the game. Okay. Meanwhile, look at Kanish. Kanish's game. Vidit has 2 pawns. Like, they are such good supporters of each other They've reached all the way to d6 and c7. Wow. That's amazing teamwork there by the two pawns. Well, somehow Sharmad has managed to break free a bit. It feels like his position now has more space. But let's see what his next move is. There's an attack coming up at him. And he's taken a bishop. Ooh, with his piece up against Avinash. Meanwhile, I think final moves in the game of Ankur. Vidit has an extra piece and is attacking. Is Vidit really procrastinating to play on his board on board number 1? No, he has 31 minutes. You know, it's one of those things like playing a simul is you have a to-do list and some tasks are really not something you want to do. And so you keep postponing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go and play your moves there. This is one of those boards. This is the unpleasant task that is pending for Vidit. But here there are some nice tasks where he's enjoying. He takes the pawn. He's going to make a queen there. He's almost about to checkmate his opponent on this board. King to g2. Oh, I like this. Shreyas giving a good fight, I think. Shreyas playing well. Guys, last 50 minutes of this simul left. And I think it would be a big achievement at this point if it would be 18-2. You know, because the way in which Vidit is moving, the way in which quickly he's making his moves. You know that a simul is tough when you can make a player wait on a board for long periods of time. If Vidit keeps on moving fast everywhere, that means he's got it figured out. And here, you will see that Vidit is not waiting much. He takes the rook. Takes the rook. Ooh, Ishwar's king coming under big attack here. Ishwar, you think it's big trouble time?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, it's very close, but still, you need to fight till the end. As you know, you're playing for the entire team. That's the most important thing here. You don't give up because it could mean a few seconds that Vidit has to spend on your board and then your teammate might get benefited because of it. Shreyas, what happened to the queen?
I got exchanged down.
You got exchanged down, but your queen, you kind of sacrificed or you blundered?
No, I blundered.
You blundered. Okay. It's looking tough now. Once you lose the queen, that's not easy. Wow. Ankur, you are surrounded by Vidit's pieces on all sides. It's like his pieces are saying ki ab resign kar do. Oh, we have a small interruption here, but Vidit doesn't stop. You know, light, no light. Vidit, do you want the clocks to be paused?
Up to the players if they feel anything.
Okay, it's back. But here you are resigning, so Ankur resigns. Vidit, here you have a game that has ended and 2-0 to Vidit Gujrathi. Ankur, what happened? What went wrong? And did you enjoy playing?
Yeah, I enjoyed playing, but I was not prepared for the opening. I'd say the Queen's Gambit with Knight d2. That was new line for me.
And also your king was a bit lonely, so he just sacrificed a piece. Well, that's something new to learn, and well fought. Congratulations. So 2-0 for Vidit. 18 more games going. And Vidit pushes his pawn And now his plan comes to full light. As you can see, if we can get the camera here, what Vidit has done is just brilliant. He sacrificed his rook for a piece, and now if you notice his pawn here is coming with the king. And so the pawn is going to queen. This is just brilliant. Job there by Vidit. Fantastic play. And also, it's given a check here. Aditya Chinchole has played on for more than an hour. That's amazing. And now, but a big fight by him. Big fight. Guys, also one more thing about Vidit is just amazing is that, oh, there's one more result. And we have, and there's a mate coming in, and Nitish Desai has resigned. That's 3-0 for Vidit Gujrathi. Nitish, how was your game?
Very tough. Very tough. New line.
Very tough. He played a new opening.
Not aware of.
You were not aware of. But anything particular that you felt you could have done better?
Yeah, I could have seen this c6 move followed by bishop that trapped my queen.
So your queen got trapped. You were not aware. Did you like playing against Vidit?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So Nitish resigns 3-0 in favor of Vidit. 4? You are resigning. Oh, one more resignation. Well, Sharma, it just felt like you were unraveling. You tried to break free, but Vidit just got in.
The castle king was exposed, so like the mate, I didn't see it coming from the queen side.
You didn't see the mate coming, and guys, it's a forced mate now here. He cannot stop it. So Sharma resigns, and 4-0 for Vidit Gujrathi. Sharma, tell us your experience of playing this Simul.
It was wonderful actually, like to play a game for such a long time, it's a achievement for me, I consider it.
Yeah, you played more than an hour, and don't you think that at some point you could have pushed your pawn 2 squares instead of 1? Wouldn't that be better?
N% can be a possible.
No, his pawn is here. No, so he cannot do this. If it was here, he could. Perhaps, yeah. So that may be a small chance for Sharma there, but that is 4-0 now. Guys, you can see how Vidit slowly is raking in the points one after the other. And a check there for Atharva, smile on his face. I think he's going to resign soon there. This game is not going to last. And we have a resignation. What happened?
Actually, it was gone in the very beginning. I just gave away.
You mean
my
before
knight.
the game began, or?
No, not that early.
At the opening only you got a bad position, and then he slowly converted it. Okay, not bad. You resigned, so it's 5-0 for Vidit now. He's slowly and steadily moving towards that goal of achieving 20, and Atharva here resigns. Atharva, what happened?
It's that sacrifice was a very surprise for me.
That sacrifice just came as a big surprise. And any other thoughts? Do you think that you played well?
I tried my best, but in this area actually it turned out all result. Yes, in this area all pawns. There was a 2-pawn structure and they destroyed me.
So you're saying in this area all your pieces were lost. You just lost all your pawns. Well, but you played quite well. I think you fought till the end. And with this, Vidit moves to 6-0, guys. 6-0, 14 games to go. Where is that elusive point coming from? कहाँ से मिलेगा आधा point? एक point. From which board? That's a big question. Takes here. I think Omkar is playing pretty well, but he's just one pawn down. एक pawn कम है, but otherwise he's fought really well. Vidit, maybe this might be the last time we can talk with Vidit. Still 40 minutes left. Vidit, how's the overall feeling? You think 20-0 on track?
Yeah, I think so, because there were a few games where I was in trouble, but now I have managed to hold it. And I think the first board is still very complex, and then there is this fourth board, I think, where it's pretty much equal material-wise. So a couple of games there, but there were some, like for example, here I was pretty nervous about some games, but now I managed to hold it, so that's a good.
So you are also like confident about 20. That's very nice, because generally Vidit is not, he doesn't reveal anything. He's like that. वो topper रहता है ना कि he gets 99. He's like अरे यार एक mark फिर भी. He never says हाँ I'm good in all the games. So this is really amazing that Vidit feels he's better on all the boards. Greedy Vidi, yes. That's also his nickname. He likes to grab pawns. But if Vidit is so confident, that should give extra motivation to all the 14 players here, that you need to fight for half a point, at least. And Charan is the one who can actually do it. But Charan has only 6 minutes left. That is the problem. He has 6 minutes, 52 seconds. Will that be enough? And with it going back to this board, he is right now a piece up against Kanish. He will win a rook as well. Yes, what do you want to say?
Can we get the predictions from Future Shah?
Future Shah. Future Shah died, yeah? He's nowhere. Cannot get him back. Okay, knight comes up. Vidit is not even eaten anything. Vidit, do you need water or something to eat? No, I'm fine. He's fine. He's fine. Can't distract him. Somehow, guys, think. Maybe you guys will have to support your teammates now. Somewhere. Oh, he pushes his pawn. Wow, what? He's given up a rook? Manoj. Let's just zoom in here on this board. Sir, can we zoom in on this board? Look at what has happened. Vidit has sacrificed his rook. If you see, this king here can actually... There's a pawn here. I don't know what's happening. Let's see. By the way, can we get this board here? I want to show you a beautiful piece. If we can get this board, if you look at this bishop, you know what could be not a great life to have is of this bishop. If you see, it's blocked by its own pawn, and that pawn is blocked by its own pawn. So you cannot move at all. So actually, what Saurabh needs to think is how to get his bishop out. It's completely blocked in. They say sometimes chess is like life. And I often feel like the way in which pieces are put on the board, it does reflect sometimes what's happening in the lives of people, you know. Oh, by the way, he sacrificed a rook. Wow. Vidit has sacrificed here. Avinash, I think this one you had not expected, or?
No, there was no choice left.
There was no choice. Yeah, you were in trouble. And I think this one is going with its way. But we'll wait for him to resign. Oh, check by Manoj. Nice. Manoj, that was more like, I'm going to get lost, but I'm going to make one more move, right? Sort of that move.
I mean, at the start, in which position I was. From there, I'm trying to take the game to the end game so that I can enjoy this game.
Fantastic. You played really well. In fact, from the start, you were under so much tension and trouble, but you have managed to survive. And he is finding all the resources that are there in the position. That's important. That's important. Guys, the score is 6-0 with 14 players playing. Pratik is just a picture of concentration here. If you look at him, just not even flinching a bit. Meanwhile, Vidit's rooks are moving in two different directions, and Shivam resigns 7-0 for Vidit. Shivam, how was that feeling? I think in the opening something went wrong for you.
Yeah, I tried playing Kohli defense, Kohli system, but I somehow missed one of the moves. So that was the changing point of my game only. In the opening, I lost one of the pawns. And in the mid game, I lost one of the exchange, and in the end, I lost the game.
Yeah, I think Vidit never really gave you a chance, right? Or how do you think?
Yeah, in the opening only, in I think 10-20 moves, I lost one of the pawns. That was the end of my game.
Well, but you kept on fighting. That's very important. And you played what? 36 moves. So you should be happy about that. Well fought. Ooh, and look at Omkar. Omkar has played a move that might have caught Vidit by surprise. Maybe that's could happen. We could get the camera if we can have a look at this position. Let's just look at what has happened and what Omkar has done. Because sometimes in a simul, you're moving quickly and you miss your opponent's idea. So here, Omkar has played his pawn here. If Vidit takes, Omkar, I think you know what you want to do, yes? What? You were coming in. Ooh. So Omkar has seen it all. Let's see how Vidit reacts, because clearly Vidit saw it and he's like, let me not make a decision now. Let me go to the other boards. And Vidit, meanwhile, is thinking about his board, and Avinash resigns. That's 8-0 for Vidit. 36 moves, Avinash ji. How was the experience?
I think I was never in the game. A little passive in terms of a setup somehow. I tried to play against my usual style for a close game. Didn't work out.
Was the opening somehow inspired by how Magnus is playing recently? Like G6, Bishop G7?
No, the basic idea was I was not sure in an open setup or in an aggressive setup how long I will last. So I tried to go for a little unusual, a little close setup. That kind of, I think, played in his hands.
True. But I think a good fight by you as well. And 8-0 for Vidit now. What do you think will be the score overall of this Simon?
I'm rooting for Pratik. Hopefully, he's, I think, in a good position.
Yeah.
Though I have not seen. In fact, the top 2 or 3 boards, possibly some.
Top 2 or 3 boards are doing well. And so, guys, I have a feeling that soon we'll be left with these boards mainly. That will be there because, is there any other? Are you resigning? Okay, Manoj resigned. Manoj, how was your experience of playing this? And you fought till the very end, because in the start only you had to lose castling rights.
Right. So for the player like 1300 rated, and at the start when I lost castling, my only motto was to stage the game as long as possible and try to capture as many pieces as possible. So and avoid the mate. Yeah.
So you managed to do that. Well fought. Guys, round of applause for Manoj. Nil. With a stalemate. In chess, there's this concept called stalemate that if there's no check and your king cannot move anywhere, it's a draw. So you should never resign till the end because stalemates can happen. Oh, and Saurabh was going to take that bishop. Saurabh, what happened? He takes it. He took it. And now with it, comes back with a smile on his face, gives a check. You know, just when Saurabh had opened path for his bishop, the bishop had seen the light of day. Came a checkmate. Saurabh, that came out of the blue, yes, the check.
That rook got out of my view, so I didn't look here.
You were too focused on the bishop to activate it. Well, how was overall the experience of playing?
Yes, experience was very good. I managed to stop the checkmate for very long. The position was already bad.
It was bad, but you fought on very well. But with this, guys, we are at the halfway stage. 10-0 for Vidit Gujrathi with 10 gladiators fighting. And Aditya, why? But there's no check. If you remove this, let's remove these 2 pawns and let's call Vidit. Vidit stalemate. Okay, so Aditya, you want to resign, yes? Or not? Okay, you want to play on. Good. He still wants to play on, which means that perhaps if Vidit does not notice and comes and plays his move quickly, there can be a stalemate. By the way, one game which we haven't spoken much about is Shreyas. And we must say that Shreyas has fought really well because he has just 1 pawn less. And he's right into the end game. Maybe he can resist. Maybe. It's not easy. Meanwhile, what is up with Pratik? Pratik has 8 minutes. And he has a good position still. Guys, everyone's thinking, has hopes on Pratik now. If he can manage to get that half point or 1 point against Vidit. Oh, and there was another game which was very interesting. Charan. But now Charan has lost an exchange. Somehow he was equal, but Vidit has managed to gain some material there. Third time that Vidit moved his piece when it was opponent's move. I'm keeping a track. Maybe at the end, if the score is 20-0, we can ask the arbiter if that 3 times he did it can translate into half a point. Okay, meanwhile, here Omkar is putting some pressure on Vidit with his bishop and pawn coming in. And here Charan as well with his tricky knights. But he has only 48 seconds left. There's no increment, guys. So if your clock comes really down, you will not be able to save yourself on time. Like generally there are increments, but here there is none. Okay, coming to Pratik's game. Let's zoom into this game and let's see what's happening. If we can see, Pratik has 2 pawns on the king side, on the far end, which are coming down the board. His king is also pretty safe. Vidit's king is right at the corner, the white king. So I have a feeling that here Vidit is a bit confused, like how to go forward. You know, it's not so easy to move forward. Check. Shreyas is a piece down there. Vidit has to be very careful on Aditya's board. Aditya, just ensure that your 2 pawns get exchanged somehow. Somehow. And you'll get a draw. Somehow, if you can. Oh, you never know. You never know. Let's try. Hope is most important on the chessboard and in life. With Queen D5 played by Vidit here. He's a queen up against Om. So that seems to be going with its way clearly. Oh, check. That's a check. That's a very big check here from the bishop. Did Omkar miss it? Is the question. Or he has a move that he has thought of. And now with 25 seconds left, Charan is making his moves quickly. But will it be enough to resist with it? With just 25 seconds on the clock? Not so sure. And here against Omkar, Vidit has 2 extra pawns. That's also going his way. Did Vidit just blunder a pawn? Oh my God. Guys, if we can just, let's zoom in on this board. If we can, what has just happened is Vidit has lost a pawn. Pratik has taken it. He is a pawn up. That is something tangible now. It's not only about positional advantage, it's converted into a pawn, an actual pawn. And that is definitely a cause of worry for Vidit. But only 5 minutes left. He has to take care of time. He has to handle his nerves. At some point, if we actually measure the heartbeats of all of these players, you'll realize that some of them have a very high heartbeat. In fact, chess players often, when they are under stress, their heart rate can go to as high as 170 heartbeats per minute, which is like as if you are running a marathon. I don't know what would be Pratik's right now. Seven seconds left for Charan. In comes the rook, and Charan moves his king to the side, a queen there. But Vidit, you could have under promoted. But that is point number 11 for Vidit. A big round of applause to Charan for fighting hard. Charan, how was it? You kept it equal for so long.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I was so nervous while playing with him.
Do you think like playing with a GM like Vidit is like walking a tightrope? Like, thoda galti and you fall off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, they are like how can I say, in this level.
Yeah, they are a class apart and they don't let any mistake go by. But you fought really well. 11 points to Vidit right now. 0 for his opponents. Well, come on. Who's going to get that point? At least Pratik, by the way, he's made his move with 4 minutes on the clock. And Pratik, you can stop writing now. You don't have time. Just think and play. Vidit playing so fast. He has 22 minutes against 13 minutes of his 13 seconds of his opponent. Wow. And Vidit has extra pawns there and he's queening. Great fight by Omkar. Fought till the end. 12-0 for Vidit. Omkar, how was it for you?
Yeah, it was tense. Like in the opening only, I lost 1 pawn. So after that, center control was with him. So I was not able to do much things.
But you kept the control till the end. You tried to fight. Did you feel you had any chances?
Yeah, in the opening, I thought that after giving 1 pawn, I have open position, but I was not able to get that thing. Yeah, he have not castled the king, so it was tough for me.
Okay, well, we have another result there. Was there a stalemate? Checkmate. Well, Aditya, you played very well. Round of applause for him. He's the lowest rated player as per the online rating. Yes, Aditya.
I least play on chess.com. My rating is 1600 in leeches.
That's how you are good. And Aditya, you actually fought till the end. How was your experience of playing with it?
Just make one blunder and then you are gone.
That is true against Super GMs. One mistake is all it takes. Are we at 13-0? Yeah? He resigned? Does that make it 14? 14-0. Where is Kundan? I went to the washroom. Okay, when he comes back, we will get him. Resigned? Om, how was it?
Yeah, it was a great experience. My queen got trapped, so I was thinking how to take it out, but later I had to exchange it with my rook and bishop. But in the end, I saw that rook and bishop both were attacked. So I was only left with a bishop and a knight against queen and knight.
Right. So you are left with very little material, which means 15-0. Did someone else resign? Shreyas, you resigned. So it's 16-0 now. Shreyas, tell us a bit about your experience. Did you lose on time?
Yes.
You lost on time, but your position is also not so great. It's almost checkmate. Did you enjoy playing with it?
Yes. It was very nice.
It was very nice. And you made any mistake, you think?
Yes. I made a mistake in middle game.
In the middle game?
Yes, lost queen.
Lost the queen. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. So now 1, 2, 3, and 4. 16-0, guys. This is just 4 games left with it.
Yeah, I think I'm winning on almost all the games. The first board is tense, but I have a big time advantage there. So.
Yeah, the time is... Can we do something with it? Can we make your time to 1 minute then?
Sure, we can match his time.
Really? Whoa, with it. Maybe we can call the arbiter. That's a great gesture by Vidit. He says, can we match? Let's give Vidit the same time as his opponent. But Vidit is actually... Now that would be a big fight because the position is complex. Vidit has 1 minute 34 seconds. Maybe we can have the camera here because that means... Yeah, and maybe we can start so that he will lose couple of seconds as, oh, he came. He's very quick. So 1 minute 34 seconds. And there Vidit also really focused. Can Vidit actually go and make a move on another board? With just one, oh, he does it. He does it. And he's playing there as well. Unbelievable. Takes on F5, takes there. Ooh, something's gone wrong, it seems. Pratik moving fast. He's actually a rook down. You know, when it comes to very little time, it's so tough to match these guys. These super GMs, they are so good. They see the ball like the chessboard, you know, if it was like a cricket ball, they would see it like a football. They can see all the tactics there, everything. And with it actually moving around with just 1 minute 23 seconds, he's played a move. Guys, let's not tell him. No, he's not playing. Okay. 1 minute 10 seconds for Vidit. Plays queen to F3. Guys, he's taking pawns here. Oh, and Omkar has a check. He makes an illegal move. He has to move his king. Now, Pratik makes a move. He takes the pawn. Wow, is there some hope? He's a rook down. No, he takes. He's lost a knight. 55 seconds for Vidit, 20 seconds for Pratik. He makes his move. And Vidit chops it off. Doesn't even tell his opponent that it's a check. It's not required to say, but yeah, King C6. And now 40 seconds left for Vidit, 6 seconds for Pratik. He gives a check, and is it a mate? No, there's a check there. There's a rook. There's a rook, Pratik. Moves his queen. And last 3 seconds, check, and resigns there. What a game! Definitely the player of the day today. Pratik, how was it for you?
At some point it was good, so I was doing equal. Perhaps I thought I have some edge. I got a pawn up, but after that, because of time pressure, I lost out because of the time pressure, I guess.
Because of time you had, we want to talk to you a bit again, but right now, Kanish, did you resign? It's a checkmate. Okay, so Kanish has resigned. I think Kanish, you were the one who gave the most stress to Vidit throughout this simul. Did you enjoy playing?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was just giving it to the team.
Round of applause to Kanish. Score is 18-0. And in fact, the last game here, second last game, Omkar, you have resigned here. Your time ended. So that's 19-0. Omkar, round of applause for him. He lasted till only 2 pawns were left for his opponent. And so that means only one game is left. That is with Shreyas. But Omkar, how was it for you?
It's equalish around till middle game. Then he got one pawn. After that, I was on back foot, but I played, I guess, decent chess. I did not blunder anything, so I am not happy, but not sad as well with my performance.
Not bad. Not bad. It's something to remember. And this is the final game now. Shreyas Gaikwad against Vidit. And Vidit has 10 minutes, 22 seconds. Shreyas has 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Who? Can we do it? Please. Vidit has said, make my time into 1 minute. So opponent has 5 minutes. Vidit has 1 minute. Vidit has rook and 5 pawns. Shreyas has rook and 4 pawns. So actually, this endgame is not 100% clear. We'll see if Shreyas manages to get that half point for persistent now. Come on, Shreyas. Entire company is rooting for you now. This is called pressure. This is what it feels when you have to take the load of the entire team. Now, what do? Rook, he wants to think, maybe bring his rook back. He brings his rook back. He's ready to go into pawn endgame. And Vidit takes it. Is this pawn endgame winning for Vidit? Or is it a draw? King goes back. And he moves his king. Vidit has 53 seconds. 4 minutes, 17 seconds for Shreyas. Shreyas writing his moves. Guys, if you look at it, there are no pieces left, only pawns. And Shreyas plays a6, Vidit goes a4 with 51 seconds. If only this game can last for another 20-25 moves, Vidit will lose on time. But Shreyas has to play that. And look at Vidit, he made that move without losing time. How is that even possible? He made a move, he pressed the clock, he didn't lose a second, now he lost 1 second. That means Vidit can play maybe 50 more moves. Wow, super quick. But with that one pawn, guys, notice how every little pawn in chess is important. With that one pawn, he's pushing forward. While Shreyas needs to figure a way to stop it somehow. You know, in chess, there's this unfortunate thing. Look at Vidit is talking. Vidit, can we just talk for a few seconds? I have very urgent things to. F7 he pushes. And the pawn is about to queen. But maybe Vidit finishes his task which we had given him of under promotion. Let's see if he does that. Yes, he makes a rook. Oh, so he actually finishes that task as well. 38 seconds left. Pawn pushing forward. Go on, go on. Let's push. Maybe he doesn't see up. Oh, he sees the pawn. Vidit sees everything. That's the problem. Pawn push. Now the only way to stop this game from Vidit winning it is to somehow take him away from the board. That's not going to happen. Vidit makes a bishop. Oh my God. He makes a bishop. And is he going to make a knight and then checkmate with bishop and knight? Wow. Vidit, let's do it. Let's do it. No, he doesn't do it. Check. King comes back with 20 seconds left. He's checkmating with a rook and a bishop. Is there a mate? He brings his king and checkmate. Ooh, what a finale. $20-0 for Vidit Gujrathi. A huge round of applause. Look at this man. He's been playing since 2 hours. Not even a trace of tiredness with it. Tell us, how was this Simul? And 20-0. Are you happy with it? Was it tough for you?
At some moments, yes. When especially I was avoiding your questions. I think that point it was tough. The questions are also tough. No, but there were a few games. I think Pratik had a great position at some point. He was even better on the board. But I realized that he was taking a lot of time. So that gave me hope. So if he was playing fast on that board, I think I would have been, very much in trouble to manage all the boards and the time on that board. But as he played a little bit slowly, it gave me hope. Then I think the 4th and 5th board here, it was pretty level until they got to 1 minute. I think this game with Shreyas also was level for a while. I just had extra pawn. And as you know, earlier on, I think I was really, I think 30 minutes lower.
Your position was also not good.
Yes, yes. And also the confidence he had while he was giving interview. So I was like...
You were listening, yeah, to what everyone was saying.
Yeah, he was there to crush me. It was in the game zone, So that was intimidating. But I think at one point, only one point, he made a mistake where he exchanged the queens. If he had not done that and defended the pawn, I think it could have been a very tense game.
Amazing. And so with it, what we should do right now is that we have this one book signed by you which is left. And I wanted you to tell me who is that player who gave you the toughest fight, and this is signed by Vidit, gets this book as a memory for giving you the toughest fight today.
I think there were more than one, so it makes it very hard to
You have to choose one. If you had to, and I can understand that it was not easy, but still from the quality of moves and the one who made you sort of think the most, stretch the most.
If I had to if I had to pick, there were two. One was Pratik, and Kanish, sorry. Kanish. So in between those two, I'm confused, but...
Can we call both of them here, and maybe they can share this or we'll figure something out later. But let's get them both here. And maybe Vidit, you can give it to both of them.
Send a signed merch, which I
Signed it. You'll send, oh, Vidit will send his signed merch to both of them.
yeah.
This is, congratulations. Amazing play. Vidit, what do you feel like this was your simul that you played like against 20 people? You haven't done that before. How should we take it, let's say, next year, if such a simul happens?
It would be very interesting to try blindfold simul, but not with 20, with fewer boards. I think it would be a very interesting challenge to keep in mind all the boards. And it could be a great exhibition as well. So maybe we can do that next time.
Fantastic. Well, a huge round of applause for Vidit for doing this. And I think we should also a fireside chat here with Vidit in some time. But I just want to tell you guys that I was talking to Vidit on the way to coming here. And I asked him, what has been the role of persistent in your sort of chess life? And he says that, you know, it has helped me to focus on chess completely because of the support I receive from them. So a huge congratulations to all of you for supporting such a brilliant talent of Indian chess. Vidit, if you have any final words.
Yeah, I'm very, very grateful to Persistent for, supporting me in my journey, because I was at a crossroad where there were a lot of upcoming players from India, and I really needed to work extra hard, build a team, training team, and that's when, at the right moment, the support and backing came from Persistent, which has helped me, work with more coaches, more training sessions. So I'm very, very grateful. And also, while you were speaking, I just realized that, all of them who I played against here are working full time, and still they played such a good game throughout. So I just want to congratulate all of them, for taking so much interest in chess. It makes me very happy to see that they follow with so much passion and love. So as a chess player, it makes me very, very happy to see that.
It has a beautiful chess culture, like so many people followed this. It's always a pleasure. And guys, thank you all for attending this, and we'll be back soon. I think in an hour or so.
Sure, thank you so much, and thank you so much, Vidit. It was amazing to see the game. It's amazing to see you run from the board to board. And Sagar, you really made it amazingly interesting for all of us who really don't understand chess to see how it means. So, grateful to you for being here and doing this for us. So all of us will meet in the auditorium at 5 o'clock, okay? And we will be having Dr. Anand Deshpande, who will have a fireside chat with Vidit, and we'll learn more interacting and interesting features. And Vidit has also told me that he would also like to learn a lot from Dr. Anand, and can he ask him a few questions? So you've said yes to it. So it will be an interesting conversation between two stalwarts. So let's learn from them. Tell your friends, have your snacks, and come back to the Audi at 5 o'clock, okay? I will request the participants to be here, please. And, we'll be here. The organizing team and the participants and the arbiters stay here. Rest all, we can just see at 5.